Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich with your Sunday spot on ChristoPaganism Sunday. So, we are not doing a Bible verse today. We are actually going to delve into the Nag Hammadi scriptures. I do suggest you get this book if you are interested in the Gnostic Gospels. I will be delving into some of these, as that is where my practice has started to take me. And I think this is an important tool that we can utilize and delve deeper into, whether you're Gnostic or not. Something that we can delve into to, throw it up against the wall, just like we do with biblical literature. Throw it up against the wall, see what sticks, see what we like, see what we don't. Cater to our needs as we see fit. See what we can learn and delve into. But seeing that this is my third take on the same intro, and this time I think I have everything plugged in like I'm supposed to. I didn't have my mic plugged in, so I'm sitting here rambling, and of course it was actually recording it, me rambling, but it wasn't recording it from the mic. So, whoops. Anyway, I'm going to go through this really quick. If you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right below me. Below me. Anyway, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, hit the thumbs up, thumbs down. Doesn't matter. It all appeases the algorithmic gods of YouTube. Oh, hell, the algorithmic gods of YouTube. Remember to leave a comment saying if you agree, disagree, or are indifferent. If you have something else that you could take away, or that we can take away and discuss these scriptures a little bit further. So, the one that I'm going to do today, and we are going to be doing several different ones in the future from this giant book. I mean, look at that. That is a monstrous book. And I have not read the Nag Hammadi scriptures like I have read biblical stories and whatnot. I'm not nearly as familiar with this. So I'm going to approach it as that, and as literature, as a mythos, as I was discussing, I do with biblical literature. It is a mythos, and it should be taken as that. It should expand and amplify our life, rather than controlling and dampening our spirits. So, yes, I'm drinking Mountain Dew, not sponsored. Pepsi, get at me. I want to hawk your shit. How funny would it be if Pepsi was my first sponsor for a Witchy YouTube videos? That would be amazing. I would totally take their money too. Anyway, or at least just get free Mountain Dew. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to read the prayer of the Apostle Paul. Fairly short. I marked it into 4 categories, or 4 sections that I'm going to break down individually. So let me go ahead and go forward with this. Turn off my phone over here so I don't have any distractions. I'm playing Pokemon Go, and yeah, I'm trying to catch them all. Anyway, moving on into a more serious matter. Just get into the moment here. Grant me your mercy, my Redeemer, redeem me. Hold, please. I am in a hotel in Dover, as you can probably tell from the background. Let me stop here. And there are some loud-ass motorcycles outside. Please ignore them. I hope the mic isn't picking them up. It's very distracting for me. Hopefully it's not as distracting for you, because hopefully you're not hearing them with the mic. Anyway, let me start over. Grant me your mercy, my Redeemer, redeem me, for I am yours. I have come from you. You are my mind, bring me forth. You are my treasury, open for me. You are my fullness, accept me. You are my rest, give me incomprehensible perfection. I call upon you, who existed and pre-existed in the name exalted above every name, through Jesus Christ, Lord of lords, King of the eternal realms. Give me your gifts with no regret through the Son of humanity, the Spirit, the advocate of truth. Give me authority, I ask of you. Give healing for my body, since I ask you through the preacher of the gospel. And give my eternal enlightened soul and my spirit, and disclose to my mind the firstborn of the fullness of grace. Grant what eyes of angels have not seen, what ears of rulers have not heard, and what has not arisen in the human heart, which became angelic, made in the image of the animate God, when it was formed in the beginning. I have faith and hope, and bestow upon me your beloved, chosen, blessed majesty, the firstborn, the first begotten, the wonderful majesty of your house. For yours is power and glory and praise and greatness forever and ever. Amen. Prayer of the Apostle Paul. In peace, holy is Christ. So, let me go in there. As you can see, like, I can't just read this as regular biblical literature. This has a way of enticing you to build up and then pull back just a little bit and then build up again. It kind of has a flow to it. It is a wonderful, wonderful prayer. I don't know if I've shared this. I think I have. I have prayer books. I have like a lot of prayer books. An embarrassingly large amount of prayer books. And one thing I love to do is sit there and read prayers. Oh my gosh. The heart and soul that just goes into writing down a prayer. And the way it moves you when you read it. I love it. And this one is a great one. So let's break it down. See what works for us. See what doesn't. This is one that I think would be great to use as an altar devotional. If you are following on our Witchy Book Club on Saturdays, you will know what that is. And we are going through the Outer Temple of Witchcraft. That was chapter 9, I think. Pretty sure it was chapter 9. Anyway, but, use as you see fit. And before I go into dissecting this, I do want to say that if you go onto the interwebs, you can find this. You do not have to buy this book. I just want to preface all of this by saying that, because this is like a $25, $30 book, I think. What did I pay for it? I don't even know. I think it was like $25. Oh, nope, this one says $33 or $32.99. Yes, it can be a pricey book. So if you don't have the money, get it for free. These are texts that are out there for everybody. I just bought this because it is all there in one compendium, and I can go through it and whatnot. And it has some commentary in there and whatnot. I truly enjoy this book. Anyway, this is one of the books that travel with me, especially whenever I'm traveling down here to Dover, because I have time to read it down here. Anyway, let's break this down. Grant me your mercy, my Redeemer, redeem me, for I am yours. I have come from you. Okay, so first thing I want to focus on, four main things in this one. Mercy, redeem. Actually, two main things. Mercy and redeem. Only two things in this one. It's four things in the next one. And I keep on bringing my hand this way, and I hope I'm not like faking you out, like, the ring where I'm just gonna reach through and face palm you. But sorry about that. Anyway, so I kind of get focused on the word mercy. For one, in the text here, it's in brackets, which means that this is, and I believe this is correct. It's a word that they kind of had like a partial part of the text, I think is what that is. So they kind of like gave it their best, most educated guess on what that word would be that was in there. I believe that's what that is. I'd have to read in the beginning what all the notes and everything are in here, but I think that's what it is. But the word mercy, it invokes this thing where we ask for forgiveness. We ask for somebody to take it easy on us when we really don't deserve it. And it's not something that we ask and really give weight to when we ask. Most people don't. We throw our, sorry about that, we throw our mercy on the court. We throw our mercy to a loved one to help bail us out of a situation, or to take us back if we've cheated or something like that. But we throw around the word mercy when really you step back and, I'm sorry, this thing is bugging me. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I just want to move it back just a little bit. Okay, that's better, at least for me, because my necklace was getting all, yeah. Anyway, so we don't really deserve mercy. It's something that we say, and we don't really think about the actual verbiage of, we don't deserve mercy. If we are asking, we've done something wrong. We've screwed up, and we know it. Otherwise, we wouldn't ask. People don't usually ask for forgiveness whenever they don't realize that they've done something wrong. It's only after the fact that we realize that we've done something wrong that we actually ask for forgiveness. And Paul starts this off by saying, grant me your mercy. He realizes that this being that he is praying to has mercy to give. And he knows that he's done something wrong, whether that's just being ignorant to the fact that this deity that was there, that the existence of this deity in its form, in its way of being, was there, or his ignorance in doing the will of this deity. Whatever it is, Paul realizes it and asks for mercy. He goes on to say, my Redeemer, redeem me. He calls this figure a redeemer. What does a redeemer do? Redeemer redeems. So what does that mean for us? It means that when we are asking for this forgiveness, when we are saying, have mercy on me, forgive me for the things that I've done, the things that I've done against you, redeem me from that. Wash that away. Take it away. Let me be clean again. And why would they do that? He says here, for I am yours. For I am yours. This shows to me a devotional aspect, the aspect of Paul saying, hey, I'm yours. I'm devoted to you in whatever capacity that means. It could mean that I'm doing a daily devotional. It could be that, I'm going to preach your gospel to the masses, and I'm going to just spread the word of how great you are. It could be that I'm just going to sit quietly and contemplate what you are, who you are, and how you operate. Not necessarily to better my own social standing, but to better myself and bring myself closer to you. Why? I have come from you. I am a part of you. I am part of who you are. In the Gnostic texts, this all-powerful being type splits itself, himself, herself, itself, into separate beings, separate entities and whatnot, separate aspects of being. And these are called aeons. And from them comes, or from this being comes Sophia, and they all have their Sadducees, their mate, their consort, Sophia with Christ. And then Sophia tries to create without her mate, her consort, Christ, and that creates the false god, the God of the Old Testament, as I see it. So what Paul's saying here is, from the wording of "I come from you," is he's speaking to the all, not Sophia, not Christ, not the Yaldabaoth of the Old Testament, the Old Testament deity. He's speaking to the high God form, and saying that I come from you. I am a part of you, and whenever I die, I'm going back to you. There is this thought of reincarnation, and maybe we have a couple spins on this earth. Maybe we have a lot of spins on this earth. Maybe we only have one. But eventually, we reach an end. And in the end, I still come from you, and I'm going back to you eventually. So, to make me a better person, to make me a better part of you, redeem me, because I'm yours and I'm devoted to you, and I need your mercy. So grant it to me. Let's move on. You are my mind, bring me forth. You are my treasury, open for me. You are my fullness, accept me. You are my rest, give me incomprehensible perfection. Okay, let's break this down. I want to break this into 4 parts, because we have a verse and then we have a refrain. Verse, refrain, verse, refrain, verse, refrain. I think it was 4. Might have been 5. I don't know. I wasn't keeping track. But we have here, you are my mind, bring me forth. So, what does that mean? You are my mind, you are on my mind, you are part of the way that I think and that I react and the way that I want to be. Bring that forth in me. Or bring me forth. Bring the me that is essential, that is spirit. Bring that forth. Bring the true me forth in life. You are my treasury. Open for me. This is basically saying you are my gift. You are the gift, the bread of life type thing. You are the sustenance to me. What do you do with treasure? You open it. So open me up to these gifts, this treasure of knowledge, of goodness, of healing, of faith, of devotion, of being a part of something bigger than the little tiny spirit that I am, in a human body, in flesh and bone, and horrible pain and achingness. Open me up to something bigger, something better. You are my fullness. Accept me. You, basically, what he's saying here, you are what I'm going to. Please accept me. I am a broken person. My spirit may be a pure part of you. But in order to get that out, the person of me needs to be better in order to get to the point where I am nothing but spirit. And I can remain with you. I can be part of you in the fullness of you. You are not only my fullness, I am part of your fullness. And I like the way that's said here. You are my fullness. You are what makes me full. But in order for me to make you full, you have to accept me. Accept me as broken. Accept me as impure right now. But someday, I will be good enough to be part of you. One day. One step at a time. One, spin on this globe, on this cosmic orb at a time. Eventually, I'll be good enough to be part of you. Moving on. You are my rest. Give me incomprehensible perfection. You are where I go to rest. You are the rest, the eternal rest. We all get a spin on this cosmic orb at least once, twice, 10 times, thousands of times. Who knows? But at the end, give me incomprehensible perfection. Let me be part of you who is perfect, divine, and doesn't have a speck of impureness. Make me a part of that. Whenever I go to my final eternal rest, give me this perfection that I can't even comprehend. And let me pause right there. There's somebody playing music really loud outside my room. I hope you can hear it. I'm sorry if you do. We're moving on. But first, this one's probably, these next two are going to be a little bit longer. I call upon you who exist and pre-existed in the name exalted above every name, through Jesus Christ, Lord of Lords, King of the eternal realms. Give me your gifts with no regret, through the Son of humanity, the Spirit, the advocate of truth. Give me authority, I ask of you. Give healing for my body, since I ask you through the preacher of the gospel, and redeem my eternal enlightened soul and my spirit, and disclose to my mind the firstborn of the fullness of grace. Okay, it's a long section. Actually, probably won't take as long to discuss. So let's break this down in a couple little parts. I call upon you. Pretty simple. Who existed, who exist and pre-existed. So, you exist still. You existed before things existed. Okay. In the name exalted above every name. So, the unknowable name of deity, not knowing who this is, or not knowing who it is, but not knowing what their name is or what to call them. Thank goodness that music stopped. It was very distracting. not knowing what their name is, what to call them. And now it starts back up. Thanks. So they say in the name exalted above every name. So a name that is so high and so revered and so removed from the human experience that we don't know the name of this. Through Jesus Christ, pretty self-explanatory. Lord of Lords, self-explanatory. King of the Eternal Realms, again, fairly self-explanatory. Gets a little bit more cloudy there because a lot of us don't talk about eternal realms. In Gnosticism, you have different realms. So yeah, King of Eternal Realms, fairly self-explanatory there. With a little explanation. Give me your gifts with no regret through the Son of Humanity. Okay. Let's stop there. Give me your gifts with no regret. Basically, give me a blessing, please. This is yearning for a blessing from on high to be given to them. How, though? Through the Son of Humanity, the Spirit, the advocate of truth, which has already been stated who he is referring to in this section, Jesus Christ. You know, and I love the ways that he states Jesus in this third part that we're looking at here is the Son of Humanity, the Spirit, the advocate of truth, and we're going to see some others as we go on here. He says, give me authority, I ask of you, give healing for my body. So, not exactly sure when in Paul's life this was written. But asking for authority, I mean, that's... I'm not sure how to interpret this. I do have a thing here. In the margin notes here. Here the Coptic is restored to read talco. Probably mispronouncing that. It may also be possible to read it, or what? Hold on. May be possible to restore it to read taco, a variant of teco. I don't read Coptic, so I'm not sure. Which means corruption, in which case the prayer may be understood as Paul's prayer before his death. Okay. So if we are reading it like that, give me authority. What do I see there? If this is at a time of death, give me authority over where my spirit ends up. Give me authority over where my spirit goes. I ask of you to give healing for my body. Make it whole. But if you don't, at least give me the authority to, over my spirit, over my being, my essence. Since I ask you through the preacher of the gospel. And I have a note here, or evangelist, probably referring to Jesus, possibly to Paul himself, or to another evangelist. I would read this as Christ. He is saying that he's asking in the name of Christ. So it would be kind of like I'm asking this because I'm, I'm a friend of your cousin. Hey, I'm a friend of your family. Why won't you do this for me? It's kind of like that. Whenever somebody says, "Well, hey, I've known your family a long time. I'm friends with them. Don't you trust me?" It's that kind of thing. And then he goes on, and redeem my eternal enlightened soul and my spirit, and disclose to my mind the firstborn of the fullness of grace. This music is getting really annoying, and I'm going to have to say something, once I'm done filming here, because it's almost time for bed. This is like almost 10 o'clock at night. This is ridiculous. Anyway, back to our lessons here. Redeem my eternal enlightened soul and my spirit. Wash away the yuckiness, the grossness, the parts of me that are not whole, the parts of me that are not pure, and redeem it, make it clean, make it cleansed, and disclose to my mind the firstborn of the fullness of grace. I don't know if that would refer to Christ. I would assume. So yeah, I don't know on that one, but firstborn of the fullness of grace. I would assume that would be Christ. If you have notes on that, please let me know in the description below or in the comments below. Let's move on to the last part, because I do want to wrap this up, because the music's getting louder and more annoying. Because having rap music outside your hotel room window while you're trying to film is, yeah. And now it's going to be while I'm trying to sleep, and that's not going to be fun. Anyway, moving on. The last section reads, grant what eyes of angels have not seen, what ears of rulers have not heard, and what has not arisen in the human heart, which became angelic, made in the image of the animate God. When it was formed in the beginning, I have faith and hope, and bestow upon me. I have faith and hope, and bestow upon me your beloved, chosen, and blessed majesty, the firstborn, the first begotten, the wonderful majesty, the wonderful mystery of your house. For yours is the power and the glory and praise and greatness forever and ever. Amen. Okay, let's break this down, because this is just getting annoying outside the window here. I do apologize if you can hear it, but it is really hard for me to concentrate and hear that at the same time. So let's get into this so I can go either yell at somebody or throw something at a car. Okay. We're gonna try to breathe. Grant what eyes of angels have not seen, what ears of rulers have not heard, and what has not arisen in the human heart. Okay. So, what eyes of angels have not seen would be something above an angel, like something that predated angels. What ears of rulers have not heard, something that is so mysterious, so holy, so sought after. What has not arisen in the human heart, pure, unadulterated, unabashed love. Something that has no motivation other than to love and to be in communion with the others. Music stopped. Yay. Okay. and what has no, I've already said that one, which became angelic. So all these qualities of um, of the angels of or I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Grant to me what angels have not seen, what ears have of the rulers have not heard, and what has not arisen in the human heart, which became angelic. So all these things that we are asking to be granted make them angelic. I'm kind of a little iffy on this wording here. I think it's beautiful wording. I'm just not. I'm not sure about this. Okay. I'm trying. I'm trying. And sometimes things just don't make sense. And that's okay. We're going to move on. Made in the image of the animate God. This would be the God of the Old Testament. When it was formed in the beginning. Again, referring to the God of the Old Testament. Being formed in the beginning. Being formed as a mistake. A mistaken creation. I have faith and hope. This is Paul saying, I have faith that I have faith and hope that I'm going to you, that you are going to give me, that you are going to grant these gifts upon me, these gifts that I, as a mere, small intellectual human, small-time intellectual human, cannot really decipher necessarily from his meaning here. Maybe in like 2 years we come back and we reread this and see if we have more that has jumped out at us. But anyway, he says, I have faith and hope. This would be to me, the me now. I have faith and hope in you that you're going to do these things. And then he keeps on asking for stuff. And bestow upon me your beloved, chosen, blessed majesty, the firstborn, the first begotten, the wonderful mystery of your house. Okay. So, to me, this would be bestow upon me the greatest of the great things that you have, the greatest parts of what you have to offer. Bestow those upon me. Make me your right-hand man. Make me your chosen, or your anointed one that comes to the front of the line. Bestow upon me that grace. For yours is power and glory and praise and greatness. Pretty self-explanatory. So is this, forever and ever. And then amen. And then it's written, prayer of the Apostle Paul, in peace, holy is Christ. So it's kind of unsure whether this is solely to, I think it is to the all, the unknown one, with Christ as a vehicle to that entity. I think that's where this is going on this. And I'm kind of comfortable in saying that. Yeah. That's how I would interpret this. To me, how would you use this? How do we use this as a ChristoPagan? Well, for one, I kind of want to delve into a little word within this text. A little word that may be something that I meditate on, solely just that word. What it means, where that meaning takes me, and where that runoff takes me, and all the ripples from there on out, and where they take me. And that one word, out of all the others in this beautifully written piece, I think it's beautifully written. But then again, I'm no poet, so well, it could be a piece of crap. I don't know. But from what I think is a beautifully written piece, is one word: mercy. Have mercy. I think that is a powerful meditation word to look on. The only other word that I would say that would jump out to me is redeem or redeemer. Basically the same word. But for me, in this one, it's the word mercy. And what does that mean to me, and how far does that rabbit hole go? I think that for me is something that will be needing to be meditated on and journaled about, and meditated on and journaled about, and maybe I'll share something. I don't know. I don't like promising things like that. Is there a word in this whole passage that has spoken to you, that has given you a little, like, oh, maybe I should work on this word, this one little part of this phrase, this small collection of weird squiggles and lines lines, tittles, and crossbars that I should be sitting there focusing on. Maybe yours is gifts. Bestow. Regret. Rests. Perfection. I love this piece of work. So I think there is a lot that we can decipher from this, and we can use as jumping off points. And I know that I've only hit a small portion. And I know that if I meditate and delve into this very small poem, or small prayer, I mean, it takes up like a page worth of text. If I were to go through and meditate on this prayer daily, and for months on end, I could write 10 sermons on this one, on a paragraph. This one little 4-liner at the beginning: grant me your mercy, my Redeemer, redeem me, for I am yours, I come from you. There's about 10 different ways you can probably write a sermon on that. I come from you. This can be meant in the family aspect. I come from you. I'm part of you. I am an evolution of, a sperm and an egg from generations that have come down. I am a collection of DNA that has been passed on from you. I come from you. What does that connection mean? Does this connection mean anything? Is there nuance there? Is there nuance whenever it comes to family? I think so. Redeemer. What does a redeemer do? Why do they redeem? Why grant mercy? What is mercy? I am yours. What does that mean? Why am I yours? Is it selfish, me being yours? I don't know. I could probably go 10 different sermons. I could probably squeeze about 10 sermons worth of information out of this if I really wanted to. I think I might be stretching a little thin there, but I think at least 4 or 5 different sermons out of this, I think I could. But what would be your word out of this? What would you focus on? Let me know in the comments below. This has gone on a little too long. Most of it me complaining about the noise outside, which has now stopped. It's silent now. And I am grateful because I am now finished with this. Not grateful that I'm finished with this, but grateful that that stopped in time for me to be finished with this and go to bed. Anyway, if you like this, let me know. If you didn't like this, let me know. If you have inputs or takeaways or anything like that that you want to discuss, join the conversation down in the comment section down below. And until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.